Alright, Brush Monkeys, we are back, and this week we are painting Bregan, the Valkyrie, from Rupert Miniatures. This is one of their few full metal miniatures, so she's pretty heavy. But I've got I've got a good color scheme planned out for her, and we're gonna go ahead and implement that and get to painting. So I've got ruby skin for her skin tone for a base. Again, that's that really pretty bright pink. I'm going to tone that down with a little bit of soft skin wash, and then do a layer of topaz skin, brown rose for her lips, Iandian yellow for her hair, old gold for all the golds. The steels are going to be Gravelord gray with a Necron dry brush. Her leathers are going to be snakebite leather and hardened leather, Gorgonta fur for the furs, dark wood for the woods. Ugh, excuse me. Should have taken a nap before this vid. Army Painter deep blue for the fabric with a little blue wash, and then Army Painter layer again. And then her base is going to be matte white, apothecary white with a Praxetti white dry brush. So pretty straightforward, but I think it's going to look really good when it's done. So stick around. See you soon. Bye. Alright, I made a little progress on our girl here. As you can see, I got the skin done, and I got her, it's kind of hard to tell, but I got her lips done too. I got her hair based with the wraith bone. That's going to be Iandian yellow next. I also got her clothing done with the AP deep blue, and I did her pants with Vallejo neutral gray. Now I'm probably going to go ahead and do shade wash both of those with the blue shade, just to kind of give a blue tint to her pants as well, and then dry brush those with a little bit of the neutral gray, or maybe just layer them with the neutral gray again. But yeah, so far so good. She's coming along. So I'm going to do her hair next, and then we'll come back and see how she looks. All right. See you soon. Bye. Alright, more progress has been made, and she's coming together pretty quickly now. I've highlighted the blues and grays, and I've based all the leathers in Wraithbone, going around that, and I've based all these steels, in Gravelord Gray. So she is looking pretty spiff. Actually, I haven't done all the steels. I think I'm going to do this little plate on the back of her hand in steel. Bear with me a second. Thought maybe I could make that leather because it's coming off of a leather bracer, but really the way she's holding her hand, I think it's going to be a steel plate. So there we go. So all the steels are based in Gravelord Gray. Now as soon as that dries, I'm going to as soon as that dries, I'm going to dry brush them with Necron compound. And then I think all these little gemstones, like I've got one here, one here. Just got a little gemstone on her pommel here and here. Once I paint those golds, then I think I'm going to go with the gemstones with a metallic blue that I got from Army Painter. Just because I think that'll look good with the blue armor, or the steel armor and the blue clothing that she's got on, having that blue gemstone on her weaponry will look really good. So I'm going to take a little break here and let this dry, and then we will come back and do the leathers and probably the golds, and we'll go from there. All right, see you soon. Bye. All right, we're making some more progress on our girl here. We got the armor and basically all the steels done with the Necron compound, including the little belt chain and the loop on her belt there. Still got the golds to do. Also went ahead and did the leathers. You can see I did the snakebite leather on her boots and her belts and her bracers. And then I did hardened leather for this belt pouch, the straps on her boots, and the straps holding her sword on, and the hilt of her sword. So it looks really spiff. It gives you a nice little difference in the two leathers. This is why I like using both hardened AP hardened leather and snakebite leather, and why one's never really going to replace the other one. Snakebite leather is probably going to be one of the few Citadel paints that I keep in my collection for that reason. But she's looking pretty spiff right now. I'm going to go ahead and go do all the golds with the Vallejo Old Gold now, and then we will come back and see how she looks. And it's going to be the little shape down here, the hilt and pommel of the dagger, her belt buckle, this crown thing she's wearing here, the hilt and pommel, throat and shape of her sword, and I think that's all the gold she's got on her. Yeah. So I'm going to go do all that, and then we will come back and take a look at her. All right, see you soon. Bye. Alright, so now we got her golds done, and they're looking pretty spiff. So up next I'm going to do the gemstone on the front of her spear here, and there's one down on the pommel. There's a little gemstone right there on her dagger, and there's a big one right there on the throat of her sword scabbard. And there's another one on the back of her spear. So I'm going to do I'm going to do all those gemstones in Elven Armor Blue. This is a blue metallic from Army Painter. I think it's going to look really nice, and I think that's going to kind of help tie in the the blue metallic to the blue of her clothing. I think that's going to look spiff. So I'm going to go do that, and then we will come back and see how she looks, and then we will do the furs. Furs on her boots and the furs on her gauntlets are really the only thing left to do in the base. So, see you soon. Bye. Alright, so now the gemstones are done, and they look pretty spiffy. I really like how those turned out. Really like how that big one turned out right there. So now all that's left is the fur and the basing. So I'm going to go ahead and go do the fur, and I'm going to at least base coat the base with matte white. Then we'll go back in with the apothecary white and Braxetti white to shade it and highlight it. So she is coming along. She's coming together pretty nicely. So, see you soon. Bye. Alright, so the furs are done. You can see the tops of her boots and the cuffs of her van braces are done. And they look really spiff. I really like how those turned out. I also like the fact that the Gorgrunta fur, while being a reddish brown, it still managed to somehow be a different reddish brown than the Army Painter hardened red or hardened leather that you see on the straps. So you can see the fur is a little darker red than that. It's a little more reddish brown than the leather of her bracers. It looks really good. And of course her base is base coated with Army Painter matte white. I'm going to let that dry and take a little break, and then we'll come back and hit it with the Army Painter, or excuse me, hit it with the apothecary white contrast paint, and then the Braxetti white dry. So you've basically seen how this turns out. You've seen me do the basing on these figures before on a snow base like this. I may add a Tundra Tuff to it when it's done, but either way, next time you see this gal, she'll be completely finished. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. See you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, there is our finished Valkyrie Bregan from Reaper Miniatures. I think she turned out really well. I think she looks really good. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom here. If you like what you see, click like down below, and if you want to be notified when new videos get posted, click subscribe. And in the meantime, if you want to support us in any way, check me out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. We're on all those platforms. If you see a miniature on the site that you want to make one of your own, hit me up on Instagram. I can quote you a price for that. And if you want any Flying Monkey Studios merchandise, like t-shirts, things like that, hit me up on storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios and get all your merch there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.